Hey everybody, welcome back. This is ceiling fan number 2 of 2 that I got at the PA meet, and this was not one that I expected to get. This was a total surprise. Again, I actually didn't expect to get any ceiling fans. The first one was also a surprise, but in a different way. Now, the first one I knew, well, I had the super fan man had mentioned he was going to give it to me. This one was actually left behind at the very end of like the trading part of the meet in the hall. It was first the blades were found, and I was like, I'll take those blades, and then the rest of the fan was found, and I don't know whose this was. Um, I'm not sure who it was intended for, but I felt bad for it. One of my friends was gonna scrap it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll take it if nobody else wants it." So now I got it. This is a HE series 52-inch hugger, and it's a later model. It's got a stamped motor. It's not one of the earlier ones with the big cast CEC motor, unfortunately. And it doesn't have the cool pilot lights on the side of the nose like some of them did. So it's just a plain Jane basic generic hugger, kind of. It's got the really low hanging blade arms, and like the motor housing nose and the light kit especially is really tarnished. The light kit itself has a lot of like corrosion, I think, on the finish is just really bad on that. But the blade arms and blades are in really good shape. I don't know how that is unless the blades are mismatched from a different fan. Um, but yeah, so it did come with this light kit and these shades and that globe. So this is all original, at least that I got it with. And yeah, so I guess I'll turn the light kit off. Got all incandescents in there. I've tried to get all 40 watts, but I think this one might be 60 watt. But start the fan up on high. And it did come with those pull chain extensions, so that's more to add to the collection. And the motor isn't like super small. It's not the biggest motor. Obviously, it's smaller than like the cast CEC motors that the earlier ones had. But it's not small. And this fan definitely is a good performer, especially for a hugger. Very impressed. It actually flies on high. I think I also forgot to mention, I don't know if this would fall under the Stratosphere model name. I know the earlier cast motor ones did, but I'm not sure if this one would have been labeled that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna label this one as such or not. But turn it to medium. Oh, and then the other thing was the light kit pull chain, which you can't see. I think, can you see it from here? Maybe. I actually can't even tell. But the pull chain where for the light kit, the threaded part is broken off. So that's unfortunate, but the pull chain still works, so I don't really, not in a rush to replace it, especially since I don't even know if I'm going to be keeping this fan. But so there's medium speed, kind of a fast medium, and low. I can angle you guys upwards a little bit. Oh man, it's falling now. Okay, that's better. So there's low speed. Sort of fast, but certainly not the fastest we've seen. Yeah, it is pretty fast. Alright. Back to high. This one's a really good air mover. And spin down. I'm not sure where this one was installed. I don't think it was in like a porch or anything, like an enclosed porch. Maybe a sunroom? I don't know. Definitely doesn't seem like it was installed in a kitchen. It doesn't have the sort of greasy kitchen grease. So I don't know. Could have been in somebody's basement. Okay, those bearings are pretty good. Evidently, I didn't see any kickback. And I'm gonna reverse it and start it on low. Medium. And high. There wasn't that much wobbling forward, but it seems like it's worse in reverse. Yeah, definitely worse. All right. I don't think I tightened everything up there super well anyways. I was only up for a test anyways. But, yeah, so you can see the difference in finish. It's polished brass, but the motor housing is very tarnished in the nose. And the light kit, the arms, it's like the base itself isn't too bad, but the arms especially and the fitters themselves are corroded. Got that sort of, I don't know what that is, sort of green corrosion, oxide. Probably some sort of copper oxide, I would imagine, if it's green. Yeah, but the blade arms are still bright, shiny brass, and the blades themselves are in very good shape, very clean. And the nice cane, traditional cane. Always love cane blades. There's the light kit with the broken pull chain finial, as I mentioned. But it still works, so yeah. I have a few. I think I have another one of these exact globes, so it'll be my second of those. I had a third, I think, but I broke it, which is a common occurrence here. Reverse switch, and you can see, maybe it was in a kitchen. I don't know. But then the motor itself, you can see, pretty big, goes out to about there, and it's kind of thick, and I can show you up on top because the label, the information, is actually right up here on top of the bracket itself, not on top of the motor, like some have. But it's upside down, of course, but you can see Codep International Incorporated, model HE series. And then warning about the blades. And yeah, Codep logo with that. I think that's a Codep Galaxy or 100, model 100 Hundo depicted on there. But then you can see and hear the motor, which, you know, it does have vents on the top. It's like those scoop type vents, but it's not small, but it's not like super, not anything to write home about. But it definitely is powerful enough to run this fan at a pretty decent RPM. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know the story behind this one because it was left behind at the PA meet. So I really, if anybody knows who this belonged to or whose this was for, you can reach out to me and I'll try to get it back to its rightful owner if it was intended for somebody. But until then, I've got it. So that is the Codep HE series 52-inch Hugger ceiling fan. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.